What is going on, everybody? This is CardboardCellar, and I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. It is Christmas Eve, and I'm bringing you part 2 of my COMC order. Part 2 is going to be featuring PSA 10s of Football Hall of Famers, excluding Marshall Faulk, as I strive to pick up at least one PSA 10 Gem Mint card of each Hall of Famer that is currently in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Like I said, I did say excluding Marshall Faulk, as part 3 will actually be my Marshall Faulk PSA 10s that I picked up off of COMC, which will definitely be my longest video. That's why I left that for my last part of the COMC order, because it's definitely going to be my longest video. But like I said, part 2 today is going to be featuring PSA 10s of Football Hall of Famers, as I strive to get at least one PSA 10 of each Hall of Famer that's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame right now. Let's go and get right into part 2. I have these kind of sorted by alphabetical order of player and also year. This first one we start off with is coming from 2000 Upper Deck Legends. It is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of Anthony Munoz. Sick card. And as with all my other videos, I'll make sure to put my purchase price in this video, as well as the pop report on these cards. I think quite a few of these cards in there are pop ones, which I'm pretty happy about. As I said, as I strive to get at least one PSA 10 of each Hall of Famer that is currently in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So a sick 2000 Upper Deck Legends PSA 10 Gem Mint of Anthony Munoz. This kind of got a just plain design on the back, but still a sick PSA 10 Gem Mint of Anthony Munoz. On to the next one. Next one is coming from 1994, Stadium Club members only. It is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of Cortez Kennedy. That's a nice looking card. I originally was just going to collect Marshall Faulk PSA 10s for the set registry, but then I kind of felt like grabbing at least one, and then maybe continue to collect just all the Pro Football Hall of Famers PSA 10s. Just thought, I'm just kind of striving to have a pretty unique collection and something that I enjoy. So that's why I'm only going to be picking up PSA 10s. I don't really care how low end the card is, or how high end the card is. I know a couple of my goals are my goals for this collection is to get some PSA 10 autograph cards of these Hall of Famers, maybe even some 101s. Because I know there's some 101s that actually do get graded and are PSA 10. So those are some of my goals that I would be looking forward to obtaining in this collection. But right now I'm just kind of picking up PSA 10s of any Pro Football Hall of Famer, just to try to get at least one of each one in the Hall of Fame right now. So this is a 1994 Stadium Club members only Cortez Kennedy PSA 10. Sick card there. On to our next one. This one's coming from 1998 Collector Edge Masters. It is a gold redemption out of 500 PSA 10 Gem Mint of Curtis Martin. This is a sick looking card. I love the design on this one. And I did say gold redemption out of 500, and yes, it is numbered 350 out of 500. So a pretty nice serial numbered PSA 10 Gem Mint of Curtis Martin. That's a nice looking card. On to their next one. It's actually our first one that's going to show up that we actually have another of the exact same player, or not the exact same player, but a different card of him. And this one is coming from 1998 Flair Showcase Fleer Preview, Row 3, PSA 10 Gem Mint of Curtis Martin. So we've got two Curtis Martin in this COMC order. Pretty sweet. Nice 1998 Flair Showcase Fleer Preview, Row 3, PSA 10 Gem Mint of Curtis Martin. Two really sick Curtis Martin PSA 10s in this COMC order. Really excited. I'm really happy about that serial numbered PSA 10 of his too. Pretty awesome. Another nice Curtis Martin PSA 10 right there. On to the next one. Coming from 2011 Upper Deck, this is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of Floyd Little. Pretty nice photo of him right there. Looks like he's getting mauled by, was it 4 defenders there? Or the 4th one's about to close in on him as well. Pretty sweet photo there. Nice 2011 Upper Deck PSA 10 Gem Mint of Floyd Little. That is awesome. Really am enjoying the PSA set registry as I try to collect a bunch of Marshall Faulk, do the Marshall Faulk match set for the PSA set registry, and then I'm enjoying it so much. That's why I started to, you know, kind of branch out and try to get a PSA 10 of at least one PSA 10 of every Hall of Famer. So, like I said, just having a lot of fun with the PSA set registry, and we'll definitely be look forward to adding a bunch more PSA 10s of Hall of Famers in the future Maildays. But a nice 2011 Upper Deck PSA 10 Gem Mint of Floyd Little right there. On to the next one. Coming from 1991. It's actually stuck to a card here. Coming from 1991 Pro Line Portraits. It is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of James Lofton. Kind of do like these photos of them just standing there. Nice portrait photos. It's a nice clean looking card. Sweet, sweet card. Coming from 1991 Pro Line Portraits, PSA 10 Gem Mint of James Lofton. On to our next one. This one, probably one of my favorites in the order. Coming from 1996 Stadium Club Members Only is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of Jerome Bettis. I was a big fan of the Bus when he was playing, so to get a sick PSA 10 of him, and I believe this is a Pop 1 as well. Pretty stoked about getting this card. 1996 Stadium Club Members Only Jerome Bettis PSA 10 Gem Mint. Like I said, pretty happy about this pickup. Probably one of my favorites in this order. Sweet, sweet card. And like I said, I believe it's a Pop 1. So I'll have that in the video when I go to edit it. I make sure I get all the pops right and my purchase price on these. And I didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of money on these cards. I think they all like range around the $5 and $6 range, which I think for a PSA 10, you know, that's less than the grading fee for like bulk orders, which I believe is like $7 a card. So I think that's the thing. It's kind of, when I started this collection, it's kind of saving me a little bit more money than my 101 football autograph card collection. And also I kind of narrowed it down a little bit by just only picking up 10. So definitely will help my bankroll in the future, so I don't spend so much money on myself. But definitely a fun collection so far, and I'll definitely look forward to continue collecting a nice 1996 Stadium Club Members Only PSA 10 Gem Mint of the Bus, Jerome Bettis. On to the next one. Next one is coming from 2011 Upper Deck. It is the Conference Clashes PSA 10 Gem Mint featuring Kellen Winslow and Roger Craig. Nice Conference Clashes PSA 10 Gem Mint featuring Kellen Winslow and Roger Craig. Don't believe Craig made the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but Winslow definitely did. But still a sweet, sweet Conference Clashes PSA 10 Gem Mint of Kellen Winslow and Roger Craig. It's a nice looking card. First meeting between Missouri and Nebraska was 11/5/1892. That's pretty crazy to know that. It's a long, long time ago. But still a sick 2011 Upper Deck Kellen Winslow, Roger Craig, Conference Classes PSA 10 Gem Mint. Nice looking card there. Next one is coming from 1992. It's a Pro Line Profiles PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. I believe we actually have 3 of him in this order, which is pretty sweet. This one's a 1992 Pro Line Profiles PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. Got a little bit of a scuff on the back. Still a sweet, sweet card nonetheless. 1992 Pro Line Profiles PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. On to our next Michael Irvin. 1993 Ultra, the Big Time PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. That's a nice photo there. Definitely graded cards make it to me, I think it makes it a lot more fun collecting, because I think a lot of the generations just focused on hits and stuff like that, autograph cards and relic cards, jersey card, patch cards, and stuff like that. And kind of just opens your eyes to how cool some of these older cards were when these came out back in the day. So I think me starting up this collection will definitely be a lot more enjoyable for me than collecting football 1-on-1 autograph cards, because I kind of appreciate the cards a little bit more when they came out back in the day, as well as now modern day cards now. So definitely should have a blast. Continue to collect these PSA 10s of Football Hall of Famers. Nice 1993 Ultra, the big time PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. Awesome, awesome looking card. And on to our last Michael Irvin in this order. It's coming from 1995 Pinnacle Club Collection, PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. This one, unfortunately, does have a crack in the case right here, a little fracture in there. I actually just noticed that now, right before I went to do this video, and I usually look over all, I do, not usually, I look over all the cards I purchase on COMC, or any card I purchase, and somehow I missed that crack. I don't know if maybe I saw it and just like, I'll go with it, but I don't think I would have picked it up if I noticed the crack. But still, a PSA 10 Gem Mint 1995 Pinnacle Club Collection of Michael Irvin, which I believe is a Pop 1, so that fracture there in the thing kind of bums me, bums me out, because I think it costs like $21 or something shipped to send this in to get reholdered. And also they'll have to inspect the card to make sure that the tin is still obtainable, if that fracture didn't cause any damage and stuff like that. But I think it's like 21 bucks or something like that. $7 for the service, and then also the insured shipping back to you, which is, I think I bought this card for like $6, so I don't understand how if I put the value on $6 on the card, it'd be $14 to ship the card, and $7 for their service just to get it reholdered. But that's their prices, and you gotta kind of live with it. So I probably won't send this in to get reholdered. I'll probably just hold on to in my collection, and then if another one of these pops up, which, like I said, I think this is a Pop 1, so one might not pop up for a while, but if another one does pop up, I'll pick that up, and then I'll just end up selling this one. But still a nice 1995 Pinnacle Club Collection PSA 10 Gem Mint of Michael Irvin. 6-hit card. On to our next one. This one is coming from 1993 Skybox Impact. It is a PSA 10 Gem Mint of Ricky Jackson. Sweet card of Ricky Jackson. Like I said, I do like to admire the designs of the cards, especially the older ones, and the newer ones now. I think starting collecting graded cards kind of opened up my eyes a little bit more to the collecting world, other than just looking for one-on-one autographs like I was collecting. So that's what I said. So I was kind of talking about a little bit earlier, is that I think it'll make it a little bit more enjoyable for me, and then also kind of some nostalgia, as I was born in 1998, so I didn't see some of these older cards, but my father did collect back then, and he also had a card store back then. So when I got into collecting cards, some of you may not know that he basically supplied me with a lot of cards that he had from back when he had a card store. So being able to admire some of these cards that he had when he was an owner of a card store, kind of, like, there's a little bit of nostalgia for me. So kind of opened up my eyes when I started this PSA 10 Gem Mint collection of Hall of Famers, and should be truly fun time continuing to collect these. But a nice 1993 Skybox Impact PSA 10 Gem Mint of Ricky Jackson. On to our next one, another Ricky Jackson, coming from 1994 Collector's Edge PSA 10 Gem Mint of Ricky Jackson. Got one more card after this. So far, I think it's been a pretty nice order for part 2 of the COMC order. And definitely bumped me up a little bit on the PSA 10s of the Hall of Famers I currently have. So, pretty happy about that. Nice 1994 Collector's Edge PSA 10 Gem Mint of Ricky Jackson. Sweet card. And our last one in COMC order part 2 is coming from 1991 Pro Set Spanish. It is a PSA 10 gem mint of Warren Moon. Pretty sweet card to end off on. They did say the Pro Set Spanish version, so all the words are in Spanish. Besides Warren Moon and quarterback and Pro Set, I think everything else is in Spanish. Even the back, all the details on the back are in Spanish. Pretty sweet. I believe this is a pop one as well. If I'm wrong, then when I edit the video, the numbers will tell me if I'm wrong. So you guys make sure I don't mess up on saying what the pops are. That's why I started adding those to the videos, so you guys know a little bit more about the card, as well as just to correct me if I'm wrong on something. But a nice 1991 Pro Set Spanish PSA 10 gem mint of Warren Moon to finish out COMC order part 2. Like I said, COMC order part 3 will be my Marshall Falk PSA 10s that I picked up in the order. Will definitely be my longest video. It should be a lot longer than this one. That's why I held it until part 3. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have an awesome Christmas. And this has been CardboardCellar, and I hope you guys enjoyed.